Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a demo of how to restring wacker heads. Okay, we're going to be taking out this new one, which is the around 0.95 string to this multi-edge 0.105 strings. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to restring this. Now what we're gonna do is this is a brand new one. It comes as a generic bump head, and I'm gonna show you how to take these out and restring them. What happened? There's a spring plastic. You press and you turn. Every brand is slightly different, but this is just a generic one. You take out the cover, and as you notice, these are two strings. Okay, and later I'm going to show you how to just do with one string reload. So you want to make sure these aren't clipped in. When you take these out, there's also a spring underneath it. Put these together so you don't lose them. As you can see, these are the round one, which we're going to be replacing. Now some people do put these in water. They soak them in water and say that they're more flexible and become less brittle. I personally never tried that, but I think it has to do with the quality of the plastic itself. Now this one's a generic one. I don't think there's much plasticity to it, but anyway, we're going to be replacing it. What you want to do is we're going to pull out the string about 4 feet approximately. So you just stretch your arm like this and cut them. Now sometimes they come with a little hole in the middle. In this case we don't have it, but it has a little edge. So what you want to do next is fold the string in a half. Okay, I trim a little bit short. It's about 4 feet. Usually you can go with 5 feet, but since this is a 0.105 string, I tend to go a little bit shorter. Okay, it says it does have an 11 refill, so I'm not sure how long exactly that is if you divide it by 220. But anyhow, we're gonna start restring this. Now this has a little cut in the middle. That's where you can hook your string and pull in one direction. It's a little bit tight, but oh, where's my clip? Make sure it's nice and tight all the way. Now the most important part is both of these strings are actually going one direction. Okay, sometimes they'll give an arrow, sometimes it doesn't. I want to see if it does come with instruction that the way how the reel spin from the inside. But in this case it doesn't, so we're just going to go with clockwise. As you can see, they both are lined up. Okay, keep going until the approximate length where the string will actually stick out from the hole. But I'm going to show you it again. It's very simple. All you need to do is just make a U shape and then put in the notch and just go along. I mean, it doesn't take much to restring this, but I know a lot of people would just simply buy a new reel. Now the one I'm working with, it's a thicker line. It's a 0.105, so it's a little bit harder to work with. But what happened is, if you want the string to become more pliable, you can soak it in hot water. Anyway, there's a little clip or little knockouts that it's temporary for you to hold the string in place, so you can stick them into the hole. Now I just did both of them like this. Okay, and here's the, make sure the springs are in place, and we're ready to plug it back in. Okay. The mechanism is that there's a, I guess these bumps are supposed to hold them in place, and the spring push them up against the plate, so therefore locking the reel inside. But when you bump to the hard surface, it's depressed. Now this thing becomes free to turn, and that's how this bump head auto feed works. More or less it's the same mechanism. I know there's a couple brand that it's like you can string your you don't have to take the head apart, but anyway, I want to make sure this is lined up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move it off the notch so it's easier next time to for the string to feed. I don't know if that's necessary, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Okay, there you go. Now, they might not be lined up exactly, but okay. Oh. That's it. There you go. I want to pull tight, see if you can trim these off accordingly to your guard and the wheel wacker, and that's it. Takes about maybe 3 to 4 minutes to do and save you tons of money. Thank you for watching.